Today we're going to work on the hamstrings. And when you stretch the hamstrings, you stretch your entire spine. If you've got any kind of, hip pain, sciatic nerve, lower back pain, this is going to help you. For today's class, you're going to need some yoga blocks. And we're just going to start. Take a deep breath in and raise your arms up. Exhale. We're just connecting to the body here. Squeeze your core. And drop the head back. Push the chin up. And then inhale, and as you exhale, bring your hands down to your knees. You can bend your knees slightly here. Deep breath in and out. And then I want you to gently put your hand on your yoga blocks. Straighten the legs, straighten the core. Press your shoulders down and back. And from here you can lift your toes and lower. Raise and lower those toes. By moving the toes, you are putting the natural arch in the bottom of the foot. You're also stretching out all the tendons in the bottom of the feet. Okay. Now pay attention to your arms here. If you look down at them, they have a tendency to turn to the front. So you want to turn them so they're locked in the center. And then we're going to lower the blocks down. If you're able to. If you're not able to, just do what you can. If you can't get down this far even, you can go to the wall and just put your hands on the wall and walk your hands down the wall. That will work too, to wherever you're able to do it. Alright? And then we're going to lower the blocks down. And now we're going to raise and lower the heels. Very slow and controlled. Shoulders down and back, core engaged. And if you are able to, move the blocks all the way out. Nice deep breath there. It's just stretching the hamstrings, stretching your spine. You're going to lower the head. Tuck the chin. And we're going to just move the head back and forth. Just allow the body to stretch here. From here, I want you to bend the knees and bring your hands off the ground. Get a nice deep stretch in the spine. Tuck the chin. You might feel that in between your shoulder blades. Press the shoulders down and back. And then switch which arm is on top. to straighten the legs. Switch arms. And then put your hands down on the ground. Lift your toes. Lower. And I want you to bring your arms up front and step out with your feet. So we're in the down dog position now. Alright, so we're just bend and flex here. Roll the toes, stretch out the toes and the legs. Keep squeezing that core. Press your legs down, lift up on both toes. Go at your own pace here, slow and controlled. Really push down into those heels. And then from here, I want you to lift the left foot up. Just go as far as you can. Maybe you can't go as high as this. Squeeze the core, really press into the hands. You can feel that the right leg, the calves stretching, the hamstrings. Slowly lower down, and then we do the same on the right side. Squeeze your core. And slowly bring it down. Now we're going to walk the feet back to the hands. And I want you to slowly come out. Vertebrae by vertebrae. And roll the shoulders down and back. And the arms up. Inhale. Exhale down. Alright. From here we're going to work to just open up the hips a little bit. If you're close to the wall, just put your hand on the wall, and we're just going to kick the leg back and forth. Just slow and controlled. You're just doing a pendulum swing here. And this is to open up that sciatic nerve area, the hip flexor, and the psoas muscle. So go at your own speed here. This standing leg can be slightly bent. Slow and controlled here. Now if you sit a lot, this is one of the best stretches to do to get that hip open. Okay. And we're going to hold it at the center. Now we're going to pendulum swing the other way. So here you're stretching the outer thigh, the inner thigh, and you're also getting some leg strength on the leg you're standing on. So go at your own speed here. And you're not going to be able to come up very far when you first start because you're just getting that inner thigh and the hip flexor working. Last one, and bring it down. And we're going to turn and do the other side. And use the wall for support. You can also use a chair. the center. I'm just doing 8 of each one today. And 8. Back to the center. And your legs might be a little shaky after that. Okay, we're going to go back to the yoga blocks. So I want you to stand them back up. Take a deep breath in. We're going to bring the legs one, and then the other one is kind of turned. Alright, so inhale. Exhale down as far as you can. And now we're just going to let gravity stretch you down to those blocks. As you come down, lower the blocks. And you might be able to move them all the way out. Nice deep breath, roll those shoulders down. So here we're opening the hamstrings and the lower spine. Tuck the chin. And slowly come back up. And if you need to use the blocks to get back off, do so. It's going to be a little easier sometimes than just coming all the way up. Then when you get here, take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, come up. Okay. Now we're going to bend down, pick up the blocks, and put them on the other side. We're going to pivot the feet. And we do the same thing on this side. So inhale, exhale down. And breathe, lower down slowly. Chin. And then slowly come back up. And come all the way up. And back down. Okay. Now we're just going to move the yoga blocks to the side, and we're going to work on the hip flexors a little bit. So just come down to the ground. Bend those toes. Let's stretch out the bottoms of the feet good. Let's drop into child's pose. Round it up. Feel the entire spine stretching here. Really tuck that chin. And then come up into tabletop. And we're going to do a couple of cat-cows. So lower. And round it up. And this stretches the abdominal region. So only go as far as it feels comfortable. If you're just starting out, you're going to see how tight your abdominals are. But as you work to strengthen your core and your abs, you're going to find that it's going to start to go away. So that's what we're doing here. Keep squeezing your abdominals. Exhale, hold this one up, really press out. Move your head left and right. And then bring the feet flat. And we're going to work to stretch out the hip flexors a little bit more here. So bring the right leg in between your hands. And we're just going to shift the weight forward. Feel that hip flexor stretching. And then shift the weight back. And you can walk that foot up a little bit if you're able to. And just breathe. You can flex the toes. You walk it up a little further. You'll feel the back of the leg stretching. So only stretch if you're, or move the foot forward if you're able to. Every time you do these, you're going to feel your body start to open up. Alright, we're shifting the weight forward again. And I'm walking that foot forward. And then shift it back. Get a nice deep stretch on that hamstring. One more time forward. And you might be able to drop down into the splits here. If you can't, don't worry about it. You can also hold yourself up with your arms. Remember to have your hands, fingertips, palm, wrist, so that all the weight goes on the palm of your hand and not on your wrist. Maybe gravity will let you come down. And just hold it and breathe wherever you are. Maybe you can lower down over the leg. And then slowly come up. Maybe you can sit up. Maybe you can use the yoga blocks here on either side to come back. The hip flexor on the other leg is really tight, so just hold where you can. And then move the blocks forward. And you can come out of it the same way you went into it, or you can just tip over to the side and bend the knee and come out. I'm going to bend the leg and drop into pigeon pose. And maybe you can lift the back leg. And here you're stretching the quads. So you might not be able to go very far. Maybe you got to keep it close to your body. That's fine. Keep the core squeezed. Just allow that quad to stretch out. And then push into the hands. Drop the hand back. Relax the foot, and then gently lower the foot. stretching the hip. And I want you to lift the heel very gently. Keep squeezing your abs. Hold this one off. Maybe you can reach back and grab the foot. And then lower. Alright, from here we're going to round into child pose. So we're going to slowly come up into cobra. Good stretch, and then slowly pull that leg in, and we'll round it down to child's pose. Okay. Straighten the arms. Nice deep breaths. And then slowly come up. And we're going to do the cat-cow. So lowered pelvis. And then round it up. Lowered pelvis. And round it up. And we're going to bring the leg through and do the same sequence on this side. So shift the weight, stretch the hip flexor, shoulders down and back. Keep squeezing that core. And then shift the weight back. Walk the foot up a little bit. Shift the weight forward. Keep squeezing that core. And check your arms. See how mine turned forward? So as soon as you catch it, fingertips, palm, wrist. Lock the arms, shoulders down. Exhale. Shift it back. And then from here, we're going to bend the foot and come into pigeon pose. Walk the arms back. Again, you can use your yoga blocks here if you need to. So just opening up the back of the right hip now. You feel it stretching in there. That's the psoas muscle. Drop the head back. And maybe you can lift that back leg. Let's stretch the quad. You might also feel one side of your body is tighter than the other side. with both hands. If you can't, just keep doing it with the one hand. With practice, you're going to stretch out your quads. And it's okay if you need to have the leg close to your body. That's stretching that quad. And press out. Drop the head back. And slow it down. Let the leg come down. And then we're going to pivot the weight. Then that leg out. Stretching the lower back here. And then we're going to lift the heel. And if you can reach back and pull it a little further. Now when you're stretching this part, I can feel it in my right side already. So we'll lower that down. Extend the legs straight out, and I'm just going to walk the elbows over to the left side to stretch that side because I feel like it's tight there. Keep squeezing your core. And walk the legs back to the other side. Elbows. And come back to the center, and let's come up into the cobra pose. And walk the hands over to the left. This one's a little harder to do. And then back to the center, lower down. We're going to round back up in child's pose. Get a nice deep stretch here. Push your arms up. Squeeze the core. And slowly come back up. Round it into cat. Roll it back down. Back in the tabletop. We're going to open the arms just a little bit, bend the knees back, and just drop your pelvis down. One more deep stretch. Round it back in child's pose. Round it all the way up, lower the hips. Breathe into any tight areas. Round it back into child's pose. Bring your arms to your knees. And that's today's class. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you guys are starting to feel a huge difference in your hips and your spine, your lower body as well. Your entire body should be stretching out. If you notice today I'm not coughing as much because I'm starting to stretch out and get rid of all that compression and spine and chest area. So that arm stretch I did yesterday, shoulder stretch, really helped. So that's all I got for you guys today. I'll see you next class.